I feel like a big issue, like even to like sometimes like it happens to me and like a lot of new upcoming traders is like they think the more time they spend on the charts, the more they're gonna make. Yeah. Because they're like coming off from like a job, like, oh, like the more I hustle, the more I make. It's like overtime. You work overtime, the more money you make. But that's kind of not the case in trading.
It's not true.
You feel me? Like it's almost like the less you're on the charts, the more you make.
And that's true. People ask me all the time, do you mark up your charts the night before? Do you have something set up before you wake up in the morning and trade? And I tell them no every single time. Like when I take my setups, it's just a fresh new setup that's being created that day. I'm not marking up like different time frames and waiting on it to come. I'm already on a 5 minutes, so I don't really have to do that. I'm just taking the setups as they come, you know. So I don't do a lot of like, I honestly, I don't even back test like that. I'm gonna be honest, like I really don't do a lot of back testing no more. I used to do a lot of back testing, but now I'll do like 30 minutes and I'll be good.
Having the freedom to get up and do whatever I want every single day is a totally different life. Having somebody tell you what time you got to get up, when you can take vacation, when you can get off, you know, people talking to you like shit at work, supervisors and stuff, like fuck that. The type of lifestyle that I want to have, that paycheck isn't going to cut it. So you got to do something different. But I knew if I could master trading, I'd never have to worry about a job again. And I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I could use that money to put towards other things. From day one, I just wanted to learn. When I saw that you can make money sitting at home, just clicking a button, what? All you had to do was read this and be able to do, fuck that. I'm in.
You're all in.
I'm all in.
Now, there's a lot of people who talk online that they're like, oh, I'm managing like 3 million in funded accounts. Realistically, like, a very little percent. I think only one person has made 7 figures from a funded account. And, you know, I make like $600,000 a month. I think maybe you could do it for like 1 or 2 months, unless like you're super, super skillful. Right. And then, I mean, that funded account is most likely gone. And especially like the people who actually tie up all these accounts, if you're not on top of your shit, you're going to blow all of those funded accounts. And that's like weeks upon weeks of hard work. And then that's also thousands of dollars, because I mean, you go and get a 200K, you try and get the max allocation everywhere. You're spending bread.
Yeah. Well, what happens to people is that people are like they gamble the accounts away. So like 100%. People don't realize, like, you know. So when you become when you apply to become funded, right?
So how long were you trading until you actually started making money?
I was negative for like 2.5 years, bro. I was in so deep that I had no other choice.
What's the largest profit you made in a single day of trading?
$121,000 in one single day. I thought once I was gonna make my first mil, I thought I was gonna just be set for life. I made a mil and I felt like a bitch. I mean this, I even get goosebumps. Bro, people will take a bullet for me, bro. This guy comes like, bro, dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate everything you do. And, you know, I just thinking it's a normal, you know, fan taking a picture. He's like, dude, but like, I don't think you understand what you've done for me. I'm like, well, what have I done for you? It's like, bro, come outside. Bro, the dude bought a Maybach with the trades that I had been sending on Instagram.
I think a lot of times we don't, like, that doesn't register. You know what I mean? Because the Instagram, the YouTube, all of that stuff is so accessible that we watch a person and we think we know a person, like we actually know a person. And so when you think you know somebody from quote unquote online, right? And you see them making all these great profits, you start to think, well, I know that person. I know their story. I know their journey. If they're doing it, I can do it too. And then that has you thinking that forget this job. Even though you show up there every day because you know you need that job or you need that business, right?
Correct.
In your mind, you thinking, I don't need it. And you thinking you can do what you see that person you watching doing.
Right.
But the results ain't the same. Right. You know what I mean? And like, that's a dangerous place, bro.
Now we would go down to the 4 hour. We need to know whether the weekly, daily, or 4 hour, what are the trends doing? So this is where we go down to the 4 hour, and we could tell that the 4 hour time frame is bearish. We were creating here higher highs and higher lows. Again, I'm skipping a lot of structure here just to keep it simple. Higher low, higher high, and then we've broken structure here, making this time frame now bearish. So now we understand that the majority of these time frames is to the downside. So we add here the confluence, we have 4 hour bearish, meaning we have 2 time frames in sync to the downside. So now there's no reason why you should be taking longs. Obviously the majority of the market is going down. So this is my first point. Understand, what is the market doing? Are we bullish, bearish? And we need a...
I can show y'all something too real quick. So today I made $82,000 trading NASDAQ. That's just today.
82,000 today. Wow.
Yeah. So I made $82,000 today. The thing is, I don't trade every single day, so I'm not like 100K a day, boop, 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 500K a week.
Yeah.
It'd be a couple days, it might be 3, 4, 5, even a week where I don't trade on this account in particular. But just to show you, if I go to monthly real quick, for the month, 636,000.
Okay.
I'll show you again.
Damn.
It's a great month. I have a lot of different accounts. This is my favorite account right here, though. Profit in the span of about 4 months, 1.1 mil. I deposited 550K, so that's my initial investment.
Wow.
Made 1.1, and I withdrew about 421K so far.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's a real account when there's withdrawals. You can fake a lot of Forex.
Yeah.
But that's how you know it's real when there's withdrawals, and then you go here. I really don't care, but
Just show that real
you're
quick.
cool. And then real account right there, so you know it's real.
Okay. People are always asking when we have guests, like, where's the proof? There's the proof right there.
Right. I can show you guys something else real quick, just so you guys can see too a little bit more of my profit. I'm a businessman, so
Yeah, of course.
so this is something right here I do on the side. As you guys can see, man, about $3 for the day. You probably do about 5 or 6 grand per day on average. And I'll show you yesterday. Yesterday right there, we did about 6 grand. So all in all, on this in particular stripe, we'll go to all. We've done about 1.4 million. All right.
Oh, you love that girl so much, right? You're in love with her, you want to be with her forever. This is the one. Get her pregnant. You really love her so much, get her pregnant. You scared to have a baby? You scared because you can't afford to have a baby? Well, if you get that girl pregnant, you got 10 months, right? You get that pregnancy test, you got 10 full months where you got to feed that baby. That's motivation. You need motivation in life. Get a girl pregnant. You understand now I have to work hard, I have to make money, because if I don't make money in 10 months, I'm not where I need to be for this baby. Baby can't eat. And if the baby can't eat, then that woman's going to find someone else who can feed that baby. And they're going to be the stepdad of your child. So why haven't you done it yet? Why haven't you created a baby? Why haven't you created wealth? Why haven't you started your journey? Simple. Find motivation, chase it.
Look, a trading strategy is not just buy and forget, sell and forget. That is not a trading strategy. So anybody out there who tells you, you find your pair, you find your setup, you buy, set your take profit, set your stop loss, and just forget about it. They're lying to you. Tell me why it would make sense for you to get into a trade but not manage that trade. How do you know that there's not going to be something fundamentally that happens in the news or an event that occurs? What if you hit a support or resistance zone that it gets stuck on? If you're not managing your trade and adjusting and doing what you have to do, you're going to lose that trade, or you're going to potentially lose out on extra pips, or you're going to lose out on maybe maximizing that trade because you should have got out, but instead of getting out when you should have, you broke even, or whatever the case may be. You have to always manage these trades. There's going to be things that pop up. There's going to be times where, President Biden says something and it affects the pair that you're trading. You have to be able to manage these trades. You can't just set it and forget about it. That's just stupid. Now here's a little secret for you guys that a lot of you guys do know about this, but a lot of you guys don't realize just how true it is.
I'm not gonna waste your time like all the other finance gurus out there who make videos of them in a mansion, in a Lamborghini, and yet they do not show you their live account. You watch hundreds of videos by these finance or trading gurus, and yet you are still broke, which means that these videos clearly do not work. By the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to get filthy rich from trading, because I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step guide that I took to get to where I am right now. And most gurus will probably charge you $5,000 for this knowledge, but I'm here to give it to you for free. But there's one thing that you need to do for me. There's this one thing that you need to do if you want this video to work for you, which is you need to be focused. You need to be hyper-focused. It hasn't even been 1 minute and you're already distracted by scrolling down to the comments and seeing what other people say, or checking your Instagram, scrolling through your Instagram feed. Am I wrong? You cannot become rich from trading if you cannot focus. That's just the truth. So I really want you to make eye contact with me right now and treat this video like a lecture from a master to a student, from a mentor to a mentee, and take down notes and learn and really absorb what I'm about to say. And by the way, I've literally written a 2,000-word ebook on how to become a profitable trader, like literally a complete guide, and you can get it in the description, link in the description. Just click on the link in the description and you can just download the free ebook, literally for free, all right? So, I'm going to become a millionaire this year. Let me repeat myself. I am going to become a millionaire this year. No, I am. I will become a millionaire this year. And the truth is, a few years ago, I was dead broke. Imagine being so broke that your family cannot even afford a pair of Adidas sneakers. I still remember when I was a kid, I always wanted those Adidas sneakers, you know, like those classic sneakers that my friends will have. And I will ask my parents to buy it for me. Hey mom, can I get this $100 Adidas sneakers? And she always said no, and we always end up going to the wet market to get some cheap $20 shoes. Imagine being that broke. At one point of time, I literally had negative $20 in my bank account. Negative $20. And I would literally used to go clubbing and party until like 3 a.m. And I remember that there's this one day, not one day actually, all of those times where I went to club, I could not afford the taxi home. So I will party until like 3 a.m. and then I would just end up sleeping on the bridge with a bunch of other degenerates until like the next morning. Then I would take the train home. That was how fucking broke I am. That was how pathetic and miserable I am. Now, before you do anything, if you want to get rich from trading, the first step is to set clear goals. Success comes from productivity. Productivity comes from following a clear and defined plan. And following a defined plan comes from having a clear goal. So it all comes down to having a solid goal in mind. Why do you want to get rich from trading? Why do you want to become a profitable trader? Why do you want to become rich? It could be for your family. It could be so that you want to you can travel the world. It could be for your children. It could be for your parents. You want to retire your parents. That's how I started. I started trading because I know that I want to get rich. And why do I want to get rich? Because I wanted to retire my dad. Not because I wanted to travel the world or all that crazy shit, but just because I wanted to retire my dad. Simple as that. So by having a strong why in mind, it will allow you to keep going when the times get tough. Because trust me, when you are trading, you're going to lose a lot of money, and there's going to be a lot of times that you're going to feel like giving up. You're going to feel like, you know what, trading is not for me, man. It's too hard to become a successful trader in trading. So I might as well like go try drop shipping or affiliate marketing or some shit. Or crypto. There's going to be times like this where you will literally feel like dropping everything and just say fuck it and quit trading. And at those times, if you don't have a clear why, if you don't have clear goals in mind, you will succumb to the monkey mind. You will quit. But if you have clear goals, if you have set clear goals, if you have a clear why in mind on why you are doing this, you will keep pushing on. And remember why you started in the first place. Let me ask you a question. What would happen if you do not quit? If you do not quit trading and you keep pushing? Right now, if I close my eyes and visualize, it'll be traveling the world, right? I'll be traveling the world. I'll be having freedom, like time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom. I'll have all types of freedom. I'll be free to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. I'll just be free. And that's a very beautiful feeling to have. So yeah, like just think about why. And right now, I want you guys to literally write down your goals, right? I don't care how lazy you are, write down your goals, right? I literally have like a paper right in front of me right now on the wall that's pasted that says my goals for 2023, which is 1 million subscribers and make $1 million and launch my course and other stuff on there, right? Those are literally my goals, my clear and defined goals on paper, and I've pasted it on the wall so that I can look at them every single day. Make your goals your wallpaper. You can literally set it as your wallpaper as well. So I literally want you to take some time out to write down your goals. It could be short-term goals, it could be long-term goals, right? Maybe short-term goal could be you want to make $100 per week from trading. Or long-term goal could be you want to become consistently profitable. You want to retire your parents. You want to quit your job and just pursue trading full-time. All of these are goals that you can put it down on paper, and it will keep you on the right track. Right? So write down your goals, right? Short-term goals, long-term goals. And I kind of like to think of my life as like 5-year crusades. So 5-year crusades are basically like thinking in your life in terms of the next 5 years. What are you going to do in the next 5 years? So right now, if you think about what your life is going to be in the next 5 years, you make all these short-term suffering, short-term losses of you blowing your accounts and accounts after accounts mean nothing. All of these things will mean nothing because you know that in the long run, and then in 5 years later, you will become profitable and you will achieve the dream life that you have always wanted to achieve. So for real, the first step, very, very important, is to set clear goals, right? You need to have a clear goal in mind. You need to have a clear direction in mind. You need to have a clear destination. If you are jumping into a car, you need to know where you are going. You need to have a destination in mind, right? So yes, at some point of time, you should focus on the process, but you should also have a goal in your mind, right? So that's the first step. The second step, or rather the next thing you need to do, is to rewire your brain. Well, the statistics are like 90% of traders are losers. They are not profitable. So only like the top 10% or top 5% of traders are consistently profitable. So how do you get to the top 5%? If you think about it, 90% of the traders are losing. And if you're following the advice of the majority, which is like, selling at resistance, buying at support, all that majority stuff, it's not going to work because 90% of traders are losing. And guess what? They are following what the majority is following, which is this mainstream advice. So what you need to do is to rewire your brain instead. You need to start thinking like the top 10% of traders. You need to start trading like the top 10% of traders and do what's opposite of the majority. So if the majority is buying, guess what? You should be selling. The majority is selling, you should be buying. Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. So rewire your brain and get rid of all the useless information that you have absorbed and start learning and adopting the useful information. What I mean by that is that, let's say you go onto YouTube and you see a lot of different trading strategies out there. Trust me, some of these trading strategies will work and some of these will not work. And chances are you need to get rid of those strategies that do not work if you have learned them in the past. Right? It could be using a shit ton of indicators on your charts. Guess what? That do not work because you need to focus on price. Focus on what price is doing. Price action. So it could be, right now, you know what? I'll just get rid of all my indicators and focus on price action because that is ultimately what works. What's proven and backtested to be working? Price action. So ladies and gentlemen, rewire your brain because that is how you can become profitable. Next, the third step is to develop other income streams. Right? So when it comes to trading, you need money to make money. All right? That's just the truth. Money does not just come from thin air, right? You can't just generate money from thin air. No, it's not possible. You need money to make money in trading. So the more money you have in your trading account, guess what? You have more room to play with, and that means that you can make more money. Does that make sense? Let's say you have a 100K account compared to having a 10K account. On a 100K account, you can use a standard lot size. On a 10K account, maybe you can only use a 0.1 lot size, depending on the leverage, right? But this means that if you can make much more money on a 100K account compared to a 10K account. That's why in trading, you need money to make more money. More money, more money, more money. And the only way you can make more money is by having other income streams outside of trading, right? So how I develop my other income streams is by starting my YouTube channel, my mentorship, right? All of these things has literally helped me to act as an additional income stream on top of trading, right? So I will use the money that I earn from these other income streams and pump it into my trading account so that I can make more money, right? I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that, oh, my mentorship is so that I can give back to the community and I really enjoy teaching others. Yes, I enjoy these things. But another thing is that it acts as an additional income stream, right? It acts as an additional income stream for me, right? Yes, I love teaching. Yes, I want to give back to the community. But yes, I also want an additional income stream. So 100%, you need to develop other income streams, right? And these income streams allow you to generate money that you can put into your trading account. Because if you only have $100 in your trading account, guess what? You're not going to make much. And if you are broke and you only have like $200 in your bank account, you should not be putting that $200 in your bank account into your trading account, because you will lose that money. Trust me, you will lose that money. The only way to get rich from trading is to have a larger trading account. How are you going to make millions from trading if you only have $100 in your account? That is absolutely unrealistic. So you need to focus on building your income, right? Increasing the amount of money that you are earning. You could be working at a 9-to-5 job, or you could have a side hustle to help you generate the income. Once you have disposable income, money that you can play with, money that you are okay with risking or losing, put it inside your trading account, right? Not by putting every single bit of money that you have left in your bank account into your trading account, because that will just cause you to blow your account. And when you blow your account, guess what? You are bankrupt. You are brokey now. Now, what if you are broke? Now, what if you have less than $1,000 in your bank account? What if you don't want to risk your hard-earned money and put it inside your trading account? What you can do is to get funded, right? Get funded by a prop firm, right? So there's a lot of prop firms out there, My Forex Funds, FTMO, which will literally offer you a 100K account or 200K account or 50K account. And in return, you give them 20% of your profits and you keep 80% of the profits or something like this, right? There's a profit split. So this funded accounting, prop firm thing is very, very useful for those people who do not want to spend a lot of hard-earned money into trading, who have like less than $1,000 in their bank account. Guess what? These funded account programs, things, they are perfect. They're built for you, all right? They're built for you. But listen, you should not be getting funded unless you have a profitable, proven track record on your demo account. So if you're trading a demo account and you are still not profitable, there is no use getting funded. And when it comes to getting funded, it's actually quite hard to pass the challenges, the different phases, right? Because you need to have like you cannot have more than 5% drawdown, and you need to hit a profit target of 10% or something like this, right? There's a lot of rules when it comes to getting funded. And the whole point is you need to have solid risk management. The only way you can get funded is to have solid risk management. So if you want me to do like a full guide on how to get funded, comment down below as well. And just now, like I said, it takes money to make more money in trading. So if you only have like a small trading account, there is no use trying to flip that small account into $1,000 or even $10,000. You need to rather invest that amount of money that you have into getting a funded account. You can get a 50K account, you can get a 20K account. And this will allow you to play with more capital and allow you to practice your risk management. And this will allow you to make more money, right? Imagine trading a 20K account compared to trading a $200 account. Guess what? On a 20K account, you can potentially make much more money and sustain in the long run. Now, let's say that you have made money from trading, you have made money from your funded account, and you have developed other income streams, and now you're making money. You're making profits here and there. You are balling out. What should you do with this excess money? You should reinvest back into trading or reinvest back into your business. My advice for you is that do not buy stupid shit like Gucci or branded shit just to impress people who do not care about you, who you don't care about. You should instead spend money on making your life more pleasant and easier. So the priority should always be to spend money on improving the quality of your life. before all this materialistic bullshit. So I will advise you to reward yourself by improving your equipment, by making your office nicer and improving your quality of life, because like you'll be rewarding yourself, but doing it in a way that is like tax efficient, because you can business expense it, and it also makes you want to work more and work harder. So it acts as like an extra motivation for you. Example, invest in a MacBook, or invest in a nice camera if you're a YouTuber, or invest in a nice microphone. All of these things help you to feel more productive and help you to feel more motivated to do your work. And that in return make you more money. And if there's one thing I love to spend my money on is experiences, right? I like to spend my money on experiences. That means traveling the world, seeing how the different cultures of the different countries are like, and just looking at different sceneries, right? Different sceneries. It could be mountains, it could be seas, it could be city view. Just looking at all these different sceneries just excites me, right? Brings out the inner child inside me. So what I can also do is to just invest in these experiences to make your life much more better, to make your life much more rewarding and much more fulfilling. And like I said, do not be stupid and spend your money on some stupid materialistic bullshit like Gucci, freaking Louis Vuitton, all that stupid bullshit just to impress people that you do not like, alright? Now, these are just a few things that have actually made me rich from trading. But if you want a complete step-by-step guide on how to become a profitable trader from scratch, that means like what you need to learn and what you need to do, how should you trade on your demo account, all of this stuff, I've literally give you a step-by-step guide, a 2,000-word guide, ebook on the path to becoming a profitable trader, how to build wealth from trading, which you can get in the description below. So click in the link in the description to get access to my free ebook that I've literally spent a lot of time working on. And the truth is, to do all this, to get rich from trading, you need to get on monk mode. And I'll be doing like a full guide on it. So if you want to see that video, just comment down below and let me know that you want to see it, and hit on that like button if you have enjoyed this video and you have learned something from it. Now, you definitely want to watch this video where I literally explain to you how to become a millionaire this year, right? I literally give you a full guide just like this on how to become a millionaire. Click on this video right here to watch it, because trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Mwah.